Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. And today I'm going to do another interesting video. From time to time, I do videos as far as interacting with people on YouTube, or just in general. And just share some interesting stories, because by no means I claim to have all the answers and I'm always right, by no means. But there are just some things I guess should fall into the realm of common sense. But the marketing in this country and in this entire world does a good job of separating you from your large sums of money, or separating you from your large sums of money for products that are not worth the money that they're separating you from. Because I did a video about bass. I did this thing as far as comparing the jazz bass versus some other basses. And I made this statement, and it's a bold statement, but it's true. What's the difference between a Squier jazz bass and a Fender American made one? And a lot of people have a lot of different answers. And there are different answers to that one question. But the answer that I give is this. One of them is made in another country where they barely pay the people to make them. And one of them is made in the country, great old USA, where they pay people well to make them. It's the only difference. You're just paying for labor. You know, it's not that this guitar here from Korea is much inferior from the one from the United States. Now, of course, if you pay more for a guitar, it's built better. I mean, that's just common sense. You don't expect an $800 guitar to be just made like a $400 guitar. So, of course, there should be some, I guess, things with this a higher paid instrument that is not present in the lower paid instrument. And that would only make sense. But for the most part, you're paying for labor. The electronics in each of those guitars are most likely identical. The wood is different, but we're not going to get into that tone wood nonsense as far as this wood is better than this wood. Now, of course, each guitar is going to sound different. But the point I'm trying to make here, and I'm trying to make to this gentleman, was this, because his statement was, well, you know, the American-made Fender guitars got this steel metal running through the neck and all this other stuff. And my response was, to the average guitar player, they know nothing about that, don't care about it. I don't think most guitar players or players are concerned with the instrument feeling good to play and it sounded good. That's it. Not about the wood and where it was made nonsense. So I agree with him. I said, you know, well, they are made differently, you know, but nobody notices this. And then he said, well, they sound better. I said, well, tell that to an audience when you go to play, that they can hear the difference between American-made Fender bass and a Squier-made. And then he made a statement that just made me just shut the conversation down, because I'm like, now you're going somewhere else, man, into another stratosphere. Well, I don't play for an audience. Have a good day, man. You know, because professional musicians, your audience is your bread and butter. So it's like, who are you playing for if you're not playing for people to get paid? You know, and again, the average person knows nothing about tone wood, and this guitar has a metal rod in the neck, so therefore it's going to sound better. You know, no one cares, just as long as it sounds good. But, you know, it's just justification to overcharge you. And there's some people that just kind of, I won't be in the clique if I kind of step outside the box and make a statement that's true. And everybody now don't think I'm cool. You know, it's still that high school mentality that, you know, you got to be with the rest of the group of people, even if they're doing something dumb and stupid, that you got to do this because if you don't look smart. Well, let me look dumb then. Or should I say, let me look like a square. Because even in high school, you know, the pressures of doing drugs and smoking, I bypassed all that mess because I'm like, I'm not trying to pollute my body, you know. I'm not trying to do anything that's going to have an adverse effect on my physical being, you know, just to appease a group of idiots that think that they're cool because they're putting poison in their system. You know, and it's kind of like the same thing with the music instruments thing, y'all. You know, you're not playing a good guitar unless you spend over $1,000 for it, which is ridiculous. Because as I've told you, I've had over 100 and about 60 or 70 guitars at this point in my life and counting. And I've never paid anything over an unreasonable price. You know, classical guitars do warrant you paying a little extra money because wood does make a difference in that instance because the sound is coming through that hole. But electric guitars, basically, the wood is to hold up the electronics and the communication between the strings and electronics. That's all basically the wood is for. It's to hold up those components, you know, and that's it. But you got some people that believe that marketing nonsense, that they need to go out there and spend $1,000 on the guitar, and it's specifically bad from where this country here, because any of these other countries make inferior products. It's ridiculous. So that was the point I was trying to make, that no one pays that big of attention. No one cares. Because again, I grant you that two different guitars do sound different. But who's to say that this one, because it sounds different from this one, is a better guitar? You know, it's all about your personal preference. Now, if you feel the need that you got to go hot rod your guitar and put these different pickups in and all this kind of stuff, knock yourself out. You know, but it's money just kind of wasted. No one really was going to hear the difference when you go on stage and say, man, that dude got some Duncan pickups up here as opposed to these other pickups. No one knows. No one cares. Just as long as it sounds good. And I'm going to leave you with that on that note. Till next time, take care. Thanks for watching.